Hello everyone, I am Divyashree and I am back with a new article on the topic Various Theories of Justice Reflected in Indian Judgments. In India, from the very old period itself, justice was followed and it was even considered to be the very embodiment of God itself, where its sole mission was to uphold justice, truth, and righteousness. Vedas also demonstrated its deep commitment towards justice. Manu, Yajnavalkya, etc. also shed light on the nature and quality of justice which was followed in the ancient India. With the advent of Britishers, they followed the status quo and did not go for much alteration to the laws enacted by Hindus and Muslims. But in fact, it was during the colonial period the Britishers drafted laws embodying substantial and procedural justice where ideas of rule of law, freedom of persons, civil liberties, natural justice and equality were reflected. Later, with the enactment of constitution, this became law of the land which is evident from the preamble, part 3 and 4 of the constitution. Theories of justice and Indian judiciary. As Cardoso has rightly stated in his book, Nature of Judicial Process, that a judge may be influenced by his conscious and subconscious factors in arriving at judgment. And he may even refer to various theories of justice as propounded by various Western philosophers during the same. Judiciary, which is said to be the independent organ of the government, has indeed taken effective efforts to reflect various theories of justice as propounded by various jurists in their judgments. Such theories of justice include Bentham's utilitarian theory of justice, Herbert Spencer's and Immanuel Kant's theory of liberty of individual, Dworkin's rights thesis, Rawls' theory of justice, Amartya Sen's idea of justice, and also socialist, Gandhian, and natural principles of justice, etc. Hence, a brief analysis of the same is given in this discussion. Rawls' theory of justice. Rawls has propounded the social contract theory and he points out that justice is the first virtue of social institution. Rawls' theory of justice, which inculcates the issues of liberty, social equality, democracy, etc., can be evidently witnessed in Indian judgments. State of Madras versus Champakam Dwararaja was the main case on this point, after which the first amendment to the constitution followed. Indira Sahani versus Union of India was the then landmark judgment where by reservation of jobs for the backward classes was upheld. The ideas of equality through protective discrimination for ensuring justice was further followed in a number of judgments, even in the judgments of Nagaraj versus Union of India and Jurnail Singh versus State of Gujarat, pronounced in the recent past. The principle of distributive justice, which dates back its origin to Aristotle and as emphasized by John Rawls, has been enshrined in the Indian Constitution, Articles 142 and 144, along with Part 3 and Part 4 of the Constitution. Various judgments discussing environmental issues highlight the principle of distributive justice. Doctrine of public trust as upheld in M.C. Mehta versus Kamal Nath and as followed in Maharaj Singh versus Indian Oil Corporation and also polluter pay principle as laid down by the court in Indian Council for Enviro Legal Action versus Union of India and Vellore Citizens Welfare Forum versus Union of India, which forms the fundamentals of environmental law, evolved its base from these principles. Even the landmark judgment of Maneka Gandhi judgment also reflected this principle. Dworkin's Rights Thesis. Ronald Dworkin, in his book Rights Thesis, emphasizes the importance of the rights of individuals, upholding the common citizens' right and liberty to hold public meetings on streets and the extent to which the state could regulate it. Himmatlal K. Shah versus Commissioner of Police marked an important decision in upholding liberty ideals of justice. The individual's right to dignity was reinforced in Kharak Singh case, Satwan Singh case, Cooper cases, and Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India was the judgment which marked the paradigm shift towards ensuring individual dignity even in cases where the right of a person is affected by a procedure established by law. The judgment also reflected the principles of dharma and ancient theories of justice of niti and nyaya. Judgment thereby also included substantial justice along with procedural justice. Principles of due process of law of US Constitution was thereby interpreted to the Constitution under Article 21. Libertarianism and justice. Libertarianism strongly value for individual liberty and freedom and relates to the classical liberal traditions of John Locke, David Hume and Kant. In Nalsa judgment, the court referred to Kant's 225-year-old principle of free will and hedonist utilitarianism by Bentham and stated that in the present case there exists no dichotomy between individual freedom as against public good and hence upheld the rights of the third gender persons. It was followed in Navteej Singh Johar versus Union of India, striking away the draconian law of Section 377 of Indian Penal Code. In Shehar Banu versus Union of India, enforcing equality, the instant triple talaq was struck down by the court, and also in Joseph Shrine versus Union of India, the Supreme Court of India in its landmark judgment held that adultery would no longer be a criminal offense under Indian law, outstripping 158-year-old law of Section 497 of Indian Penal Code. Utilitarian theory of justice. Jeremy Bentham propounded his famous utilitarian theory where he claims that a law should be enacted with the prime object of providing maximum justice to the maximum number of people. Public utility is thereby determined through the hedonistic calculus. This was portrayed in Olga Dillis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation, where Justice Chandrachud applied this doctrine and explained the concept in the brief statement. Human compassion must soften the rough edges of justice in all situations. The court ruled, though the eviction order is valid under Article 14 and 19 of the Constitution, right to life was enlarged to engulf the right to livelihood as being part of liberty of an individual. Court thereby focused upon the concept of welfare state. Referring to Hume's theory of justice in Union of India versus Tulsi Ram Patil, the court underlined that public utility is the sole origin of legal justice, and for a useful legal system, it must adhere to such rules even though it may cause injustice in particular cases. In Bangalore Medical Trust case also, the principle of public utility was pointed out by the court in preferring public parks over hospitals. Amartya Sen's theory of justice. Amartya Sen propounded the social choice theory, whereby he states that a law should be enacted understanding the needs of the society and should be based on demand of justice. Recent landmark judgment of Puttaswamy versus Union of India, apart from dealing with privacy, it also dealt with other aspects. It invoked the writings of Amartya Sen's idea of justice and stated that political liberties and democratic rights are the constituent components of development. Justice Chandrachud even overruled his father's judgment in Adiam Jabalpur versus Shivkant Shukla and thereby upheld the dissent judgment of Justice Khanna and thereby the recognition of right to life and personal liberty under the constitution. In 2010, Pradeshya Janjati Vikas Manch and others was the state of UP and others referred to part 4 of the Amartya Sen's idea of justice. Public reasoning and democracy is in ensuring the civil and political rights of the scheduled tribes and persons' right to representation at the grassroots level. B.K. Pavitra versus UN of India referred to Amartya Sen's merit and justice in understanding merit as an instrument in achieving social ordering and in lessening economic inequality. Court thereby ruled that providing reservations to SCs and STs is not at odds with the principle of meritocracy. Court ruled that merit must not be limited to inflexible criteria such as ranks in exams but seek to provide equality in the society. Basic structure theory and Gandhian theory of justice. Basic structure theory. After the enactment of 24th, 25th, 26th and 29th amendments of the Constitution, their validity was challenged on authority of Golaknath judgment in Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. But Golaknath was overruled and the basic structure doctrine was upheld by the judiciary, where the basic structure has not been still defined and is enlarged to include many of the rights of the individuals which cannot be abrogated by the parliament. Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan upheld the independence of judiciary in dispensing justice and held that judicial review is a basic structure of the constitution. Consequently, after 1976, Supreme Court took considerable efforts to bring a new egalitarian order in furtherance of directive principles of state policy. Thus, in Minerva Mills case, Court underlined that Part 3 and Part 4 of the Constitution is like a twin formula for achieving the social revolution. Gandhian theory of justice. It is based on the principles of truth, equality and social justice. The concept of Lok Adalat is an innovative Indian contribution to the world jurisprudence and it is based on Gandhian principles. It was also held in the case of MP State Legal Service Authority versus Pratik Jain. So, in fact, there may exist no society without justice, and the concept of social conditioning and individual responsibility plays an important role in theories of justice. Along with the analysis of these judgments, where we can observe the reflections of various judgments. In addition, we have seen the judicial activism of the court many a times. And this lawmaking function of the court can be traced back to the realistic school of jurisprudence, which can be said in line with Australian concept of command over the sovereign, whereby here judge is considered to be the supreme in setting law in a legal right. PILs have proved to be effective due to the very reason that the judges have evolved laws through directions. Thus, it can be said that judgments are the very embodiment of justice, where we can observe various theories being reflected there.